Welcome back to Tiki Taka Talk, and in today's episode, I'm going to be going over every big club's biggest breakout player of the upcoming 26-2027 season. All of the big teams from the top 5 leagues, who I think is going to break out, break the mold, and get into maybe starting positions, but get known by the world. I'm going to be going over like a bunch of teams, like around 20, I don't know. But I will give you who I think will break out, a little rundown, and that's it. Starting off with Arsenal, the defending Premier League champions, I think that Ebfi Ibrahim will break out for them. He's a young 18-year-old midfielder who has been decent in preseason, and I think he will get a little role in the season. I think Arsenal are going to be rolling with their best 11 for most of the season, but during those cup runs, I think Ibrahim is going to get a chance. For Chelsea, I have Valentin Barco. He's gone under the rug of transfers so far this transfer window. Barco's a fantastic player, was great in Liga. Many hate him because of the World Cup, but Barco, I think he will be decent for Chelsea. Aston Villa, I have Manzambi. Manzambi has potential to be one of the best players in the world. I saw this guy at Freiburg, even as a Bayern fan. Manzambi is fantastic. This guy controls the ball so well. He moves it around. He's the best. He is a carbon-cut copy of Morgan Rogers. And for 70 million less euros, then this is a steal. Manchester United, I have Aiden Heaven. Now, Manchester United's defense going into the next season is not looking the best. You're going to be starting Maguire and Lisandro Martinez with De Ligt and I don't even know as backups. Or Liniora, of course. The Manchester United's defense not looking good, which is why I think Aiden Heaven will sneak in and get game time and maybe even prove himself to be a starting center back come end of season. For Liverpool, I have Kumas. He's a fantastic striker / left winger. He's been really decent in preseason, and I think he will provide well, especially because of the insecurities of Gakpo. And I don't want to choose an obvious one like Rio and Gamoha. Most of these you had the obvious choice, but I went with a little niche player. Manchester City, I chose Nico Gonzalez. Rodri is about to leave to Barcelona, which means that Elliot Anderson's going to be that big midfielder. But that leaves a short space for anyone to go in, and they might sign Buati. But I think that Nico Gonzalez is a perfect choice to get some game time under Enzo Maresca, and I think that he will break out this season. For Spurs, I have Luka Williams-Barnett. He's a 17-year-old central attacking midfielder. He's been decent in preseason, and he has lots of potential, and I think he will show it this season for Spurs under their new manager, De Zerbi. Next, we go to the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. Who I think will break out for my team is Ardihan Ibrahimovic, the young left winger. Last season went to Heidenheim. They weren't relegated, so maybe it's not the most promising, but he is a very good young player, and I think he will break out, be a backup for Luis Diaz, and get some game time off the bench. Stuttgart, I have Justin Deal. He's a young, explosive winger with lots of pace. Last season, I predicted the Stuttgart right with I'm forgetting my own center mids that I predicted. Wow, ball knowledge is not ringing in today. But I think DL will be good and will break out for Stuttgart. Leverkusen, I have Kenneth Eichhorn. He is a 16-year-old midfielder with lots of potential, and I think he will break out for Leverkusen this season. Leipzig, I have Hassan Ouedraogo, the young German midfielder who got a call-up to the World Cup, but I think this season will be his best season. He will go up to like an 82 in FIFA by FC 28. I think Ouedraogo will have a breakout season and prove himself as maybe the next Manzambi, but I think he will be here to stay. Hoffenheim, I have Nathan De Cat, 18-year-old central midfielder. He was at Anderlecht. He was great, and then he got his move to Hoffenheim, and he is being hyped up to be the next big prospect in the Bundesliga. And I believe that hype. He's been decent in preseason, and I think De Cat will break out. For Dortmund, I have Konstantinos Karetsas. He's had fantastic preseason so far. They signed him from Club Brugge, I believe. And I think he will break out for Dortmund and be maybe their best player for the upcoming season. Barcelona, I have Xavi Espart. He's a decent little right back. I think that Koundé will start, but I have a feeling that Koundé might get injured this season. I don't want to jinx it, but there's just a feeling in my soul, which is why I think Xavi Espart. I mean, his name's Xavi. Of course he's going to break out for Barcelona, so why not make him break out this season? Atletico Madrid, I have Obed Vargas. He is the Mexican central defensive midfielder who's really good at the World Cup, and I think his confidence is going to be high going into the next La Liga season where he will break out. Real Madrid, I have Carlos Espi. He replaced Gonzalo Garcia. He's not that known. He played at Levante last season. Real Madrid took a chance. Many don't know him. Many are confused on why they signed him, but I think he will prove it next season by having a great season. Of course, he won't be the starter behind Mbappe, but I think he will break out. Inter, I have Andy Diouf. They stole Dumfries and they needed a right wing back, but Andy Diouf has been really good in preseason, and I think that this season he might even hold on to that right wing back position, and he will run with it and become a breakout player. Napoli, I have Giovanni, the Brazilian striker. I think he will have a decent season for Napoli in the Serie A. I think that he will score lots of goals. Of course, he's behind Lukaku. He's behind Haaland. But I think he will make a difference off the bench. AC Milan, I think Samuel Ricci will break out, the central midfielder. He's a great young player, and I think that AC Milan are going to need that midfielder. I think Modric is going to step down a little this season, which is why I think that Ricci will have a decent season. At Como, I predict that Jaden Adai will break out, the explosive winger, lots of pace, and I think he's going to be bombing up those sides and become a fantastic player for Como. Juventus, I have Karima Alekbegovic, the left winger from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now, this is the obvious choice, but I am loving Alekbegovic's development. I think that he will be a fantastic player in the future. He will be the Bosnian superstar that carries Bosnia to the World Cup, but never anywhere far, which is why I think he will break out this season for Juventus. PSG, I think that their breakout will be Savinov. They, of course, will keep the exact same lineup that has been working for the past 2 seasons. I mean, they've won the Champions League. Why would they change anything up? But the only change they made last year, besides like the whole midfield dilemma, was playing Savinov instead of Chevalier. They sold Donnarumma after winning a Champions League, and Donnarumma is one of the best keepers of their entire team's history. But Savinov is great. He saved PSG against Bayern Munich, and I think Savinov is going to break out and become a top 15 goalkeeper by the end of the season. Marseille, the final team, I think that Tochukwu Inade will break out. The young Nigerian midfielder, I think he'll have a good season in Liga, do good in the Coupe de France, and help Marseille get Champions League football for the upcoming 26-27 season. But those are my predictions for every club's biggest breakout player of the 2026-2027 season. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment who you think will break out as your favorite team.